Hey everyone, it's me, Nick Avocado. We're back home. Shooby-doo, I'm home. Hello, we're back home. Shooby-doo, I'm home. Hello, and this is hot and steamy. It's a steamy video today because we're eating like my old skinny self. And it's not that the food I ate back then made me skinny, it's that I happened to be skinny when I started my channel. So, hi, it's me, Nick Avocado. Oh, check out my merch store, link down below. It's just water weight. So, speaking of water weight, you guys know I've gained a little bit of water weight. And by a little bit, I mean 100 pounds. I've actually gained 100 pounds. It might not look like it. Oh my god, the comments are gonna come for me today. They're gonna be like, oh sis, we can tell. We can tell that you've gained 100 pounds. I like to be like 50, you know. It's okay, it'll come off in a blink. But it is actually 100. So when I first started my YouTube channel, okay, well, first and foremost, welcome. This is my new channel, obviously. Hi, Nikocado 3. And when I first started my main channel, Nikocado 1, I had just stopped being a vegan. I know we don't want to say the V word, but yes. And I needed a change, and let's make the record straight before we get into this video, because everyone who comes to find me nowadays has their own idea of what happened, and even people who knew me are mad because I eat their animal friends, so now they're gonna make up stories about me because it's revengeful, out of spite, you know. How could he go back? Oh, to the beat, you know what I mean? So a lot of stories are being put out there, a lot of stuff. I stopped being vegan for health reasons. It wasn't for popularity, it wasn't for... I didn't go vegan to be popular either. Being vegan's not a popular thing. I did it because I thought it was the right thing to do for me. It's something I wanted to do. It's something I did very intensely. Like, I was involved at every possible level. From standing outside of McDonald's with signs of animals, to working for Vegan Publishers Incorporated in Boston, to going to vegan festivals. I went to an all-vegan gym where you had to be vegan to work out there. Okay, I had a personal trainer, I had a dietitian, I went to the Campbell program, I ate all this stuff, I tried different forms of vegan diets. I was a raw food vegan, then I was a cooked food vegan, then I was beans and lentils every day type of vegan, then I was this type of vegan and supplements vegan and no more grains vegan. I tried everything and eventually got to a point where I was deteriorating, and I was not happy. I was not happy, I was not feeling good. Something was really, really off. My hypoglycemia was worsening. Lost a tooth, as you guys all know, and that was back. Literally, I had long hair when I lost my tooth, and I never had a cavity my whole life until I went vegan. Then I had all these cavities. So, it's been a long journey of learning and discovering and trial and error and just being passionate about doing something that made me feel good at the time. And it had a greater purpose to it. That's why vegans say it's a whole philosophy, it's not just a diet. I know, I'm very well aware. I was there and I understand the passion because that was me. And when I stopped, it was one of the hardest things of my life. I was trembling and crying. Literally, I was going against everything I believed to be good. Everything I thought to be good. But I've come to terms that I'm not a herbivore, I'm not anything else other than an omnivore, and if I have a problem with my design, if I'm made to eat animal products, I'll take it up with God when I'm done here. It's not my fault I was designed this way. And you know, the herbivores still eat animals too. Okay, the cows, the horses, they eat meat too. There's no such thing as a non-meat eating animal. Fish eat fish, bird eat birds. My parrot, Mr. Noodle, is frugivorous. And they eat eggs at every chance they can get for calcium. They have to eat unripe fruits because there's such such few fruits naturally in rainforests, that the birds, the little parrots who need very little, have to eat clay in the Amazons to buffer out the toxins from eating unripe fruit because there's not even enough, because it's just naturally not there. I mean, there's no such thing as like a perfect creature, and I was trying to be perfect, and I was trying to do the best I could, and the least amount of harm, as the vegans say. I know there's probably vegans watching this video. Hi guys. I understand, and they do not agree with me and leaving, and that was my choice, and I did it for myself, and I felt so good. And all I did was add fish to my diet. That's what I did for a good month or two. I added fish and eggs. Did I gain all my weight from eating fish and eggs? Did I gain 100 pounds? Because how many steak mukbangs have you seen me do? How many fish and eggs mukbangs have you seen me do? Just adding that to my already plant-based diet. 0. I gained my weight on carbohydrates, ramen noodles, fried foods, sugar, soy this, soy that, wheat buns, french fries. Literally half of my videos are noodles. Okay, fried ass foods. Okay, so I went for the health aspect, and there's many vegans who stop being vegan and they don't gain 100 pounds like me. I gained 100 pounds because I did mukbangs and I ate for 50 people in a sitting. That was my thing. But I originally stopped for health. Did the fish, had the eggs, felt so good. So what I did, which was my choice, I said, well, I haven't had, because I was vegetarian for 10 years. I was like, I haven't had McDonald's for like, since I was like 10. Let me try McDonald's. Let me try a slice of pizza. And I just had so much fun going head first, boom, that I turned into a mukbanger, and I just couldn't stop. And I was having fun, I was enjoying things. I'm like, I've never had crab before, let me try crab. I've never had lobster before, let me try lobster. I've never had this restaurant, I've never had this. Oh my gosh, people were enjoying it, and I came into being Nikocado avocado with a lot of water weight. That's my story, and if you don't know me, it looks like I just was like, because when I did mukbangs, it was not popular. I was the first American male mukbang channel ever on YouTube. And the people who did mukbangs were getting like 30, 40,000 views. It was not in the millions. I was one of the first. So I didn't do it. I did not know that I would get all these viewers. Had no idea. How would I know that? People will have to like me, first of all. I feel like I'm very unliked, so you know what I mean? I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I just did it because I wanted to do something. I wanted to have fun. And but the truth is, I originally stopped for health reasons, and I added in the healthy chicken breasts. The healthy salmon omegas that my brain so direly needed, because the conversions from ALA to DHA are slim to none. I was all about health, which is why I went vegan anyway. It was really like, oh, I want to take care of my body, blah blah blah. And here we are, and I'm gonna react to one of my first videos I ever made, and I was still vegan at this time, so this stuff I'm eating is vegan. And I decide, in honor of it, you hear that bubbling in the background? That is my pasta noodles, and they are boiling. And I'm gonna add in the same exact sauce, minus some fresh garlic, because I don't have that. The same exact sauce as I did in this video. Oh wait, am I reacting to the noodle challenge? What? Oh. It's another, well, I'll react to both. Anything of me eating red pasta, okay, I'm doing the same thing. So I have the recipe, it's boiling right now, and I thought it'd be really funny. I see all these vegan videos like Nikocado then and now, vegan versus non-vegan. Everyone's like, oh my god, meat is bad for you, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, did I gain my weight from eating salmon mukbangs? I think not. Let's not exaggerate, you guys. I gained weight from eating cheeseburgers, soy, french fries, ramen noodles, pasta, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of cheese. I love cheese, which is my theme song. We love cheese. I've never ever said that cheese in the amount that I enjoy it in is good for you. Let's make that clear. Adding a stick of butter to my pasta, which I've done hundreds of times, which is delicious, is not healthy, and I never acted like it was. And if I did, it was clearly sarcasm, okay? Like, it's just, okay. So, I know there's, ooh, got a email. I know there's gonna be people watching this, so of course the vegan's like, ooh, they'd be like, oh no, he was so cute, he was so healthy. Well, just remember, skinny isn't always healthy. And just because I might look young, which I was, how long has it been? 5 years now? 4 years? Everyone ages no matter what diet you're eating. Yes, I might have looked younger because I was. I might have been thinner because I was. That doesn't mean you know what my organs look like, how my brain's functioning, what my cholesterol. You know, there's so many vegans who raise their cholesterol eating a whole foods diet. There's this one guy, it's a whole lot. I could talk for hours about this. A chemist, because a lot of rumors get spread out that like your body makes your own, but it overproduces if you don't eat any, because you need good cholesterol to lower bad cholesterol. If you eat no cholesterol, because there's none in plants, you gain the bad cholesterol and triglycerides. It's just certain vegan diets too, more so than others. Let's make that clear too. Some of them are better than others. I've tried all of them and I just stopped, and I feel so much better. And I have zero regrets. Before I react to this video, don't be like, oh, he was so much happier. You don't know. You don't know what I was going through. You also have to realize too that these videos, when I first started to have an audience, when I first started videos I had like 1,000 viewers, which is still a lot of people in hindsight, but out of those 1,000 viewers, 20 would comment. I would get like 20 comments a video. When I started gaining followers, I didn't know what to be on the internet, and so I was very forceful. You might realize it watching my old videos. I have these big exaggerations in my face. I'm like, And I do this with my eyebrows a lot. Oh, shut up. Yo, Mr. Arnold. And I just like talk like a... I didn't know if I could be myself, which thank God I have been for the last couple of years now, because I would have never been able to keep up with that. I wasn't acting, but I was putting on layers of protecting my true self in order to try to be amusing on the internet or something like that. And so when I watched some of my old videos, I cringed so hard. And please know that was me trying to figure out who I want to be on the internet. You can be yourself. You can be parts of yourself. You can be a whole new another character, like Colleen Bollinger is from Miranda Sings. You can do so much YouTube. There's no rules. It's whoever you want to be. But since I post daily and I'm so open about everything, I couldn't be that vegan character. I couldn't keep up with it either. So I didn't know. Anyways, so I'm gonna go get my noodles. We're gonna react to this video together. It might be a cringe fest. I think that the first one I want to do is like what time is it? How much time do I have to edit? Oh, we're good. I really want to do the spicy noodle challenge, because that's kind of funny, because I fart and I'm with Mr. Noodle. Excuse me. And yeah, here I go. Are you ready? 1, 2, and 3. And here we go. I just did my thumbnail. This is very, very hot. I know, like, my tongue is on fire. I also put paprika. Ooh. Alright, so on my computer here, I'm gonna flash it on the screen. So I'm gonna scoot a little bit down this way. Can you see me? Can you see me? Boom. This is what we're reacting to. Here we go. Hi, my little sloths. Welcome to my mukbang. And come here, Mr. Noodle. Not only is this a mukbang, this is a very special, highly requested video from all you little sloths out there. You want to see me do a spicy thing, and you know that I do not handle spice very well. I've never been a fan of spice. So I am doing the famous Korean Fire Noodle Challenge, the Spicy Noodle Challenge. Follow my Instagram at Nikocado Avocado, and if you do, I might just follow you back. You see what I mean about my eyebrows? I was being forceful, trying to be a character or something. I don't know, you might not even notice I cringe when I see that. I'm sweating. Oh, look at Mr. Noodle, he's just hatched. My baby. And it's very easy. Anyone around the world can do this, I guarantee you. If I can do it, then you can do it. So all you have to do is go to the store and get the packet that says Korean spicy noodles. Now when I go to the store, this is what I see. That is not spicy noodles, Nikocado. See what I mean? The character. Well, when we were in Colombia, that is what we had access to. Again, did I gain weight eating lots of... I didn't even eat fast food, really, when I gained all my weight. It was... Well, I've been gaining weight, but... I ate mostly noodles. Noodles. That's why I have another channel called Noodle King. It's because all I had access to in Colombia was noodles. There was one McDonald's, one... There wasn't Taco Bell, there wasn't Chick-fil-A, there wasn't Burger King, there wasn't Wingstop, there wasn't... Was there Buffalo Wild Wings? Yeah, but far away. You know, there wasn't anything. Nikocado! That's not spicy, I know. All I have ramen-wise is either beef or chicken. That's all I have access to where I live. But I Googled, like, how to make your own spicy ramen, your spicy fire noodle challenge, and it's so easy. The ingredients, literally, it's a prepackaged thing. You put the spice on, and it's just dehydrated chili flakes with some soy sauce and ginger powder, or garlic powder, or something like that. It's very simple. I've improved my, this is what I use for my Takis and my Cheetos recipe. It has lots of different things, but if you want the recipe, I'll give it to you, but easy. So, I watched a video on YouTube, thank God for YouTube, and I'm like, all you have to do is use sriracha and some dehydrated chili flakes and mix it together and you get the same idea. So these were already made, right here. This is 3 packets by the way. Where's your fork? I know, Mr. Noodle, I'm a little nervous for he's nervous for me too, because I don't do spice very well. I don't. How do I open? We literally just went out and bought this. How do I? I'm just gonna take it off. Here we go. And kind of just pour. There we go, just a little bit. Is that too much? See, oh gosh. I have no idea Let me react to myself. This man has no idea what the hell he's doing. And still to this day, I cannot cook. I don't know proportions very well. Look at me, couldn't even open the bottle cap. Oh gosh. And here, oh, I can smell it. Look at this. Best choice sriracha. It shows the red chilies. I don't know what I'm getting myself into, Mr. Noodle. Now, Mr. Noodle can eat noodles as well. So here's the dehydrated chili flakes, and I'm gonna put that in here too. This is so mean. Thinking that if I just add these two things, it's gonna be similar to, oh, do I not have it in here anymore? Where is it? Oh, it's over there. Oh, did I get on my shirt? The Korean Fire Noodle Challenge, those little packets that I use all the time. I thought that by doing that, that would just be the same thing. My brain. I think that's enough. And I have 2 forks and I'm, ooh, don't breathe, chili flakes. I'm gonna mix this on up, right? Mix it on up. Ooh, my nose is like going crazy right now. So I'm just mixing this up like this. Okay, so now it's gone from white to like, let me show you a little better. It's gone from white to like red already. This is already, oh my God, this is like a 2-year-old. Here's noodles. Here's powder. What happens when you add the powder to the noodles? It becomes powdered noodles. Wow. Oh, I was kind of innocent too. I mean, again, I'm a teenager. I don't know anything about cooking. I never cooked before. Already red. Noodle, what am I getting myself into? But it doesn't look red enough, but I don't want to use more spice, you guys. Oh my gosh. By the way, this is a continuation from yesterday's video. Yesterday, I ate 11 avocados and 3 packets of ramen. And this is the same day, you guys, the same outfit. It's nighttime, that's why it looks a little different. I rarely film at nighttime. And by nighttime, great, so. Nikocado gained his weight by overeating calories, filming 2 mukbangs in a day, noodles for the first video and noodles for the second video. Eating at what time? Midnight? Overeating on processed sugar, processed carbs, processed junk. I mean like 5:30 or 6 or something. Oh! Okay. Look at my beautiful house. And don't get me wrong, I know everything contributes. I'm not acting like you don't gain weight from overeating cheeseburgers. But to clarify to the thousands of people, ooh, I'm splashing it everywhere. I guess I'm still not very bright. Yes, I stopped initially for health reasons, but this wasn't for health. This is when I just decided to just go for it and just, I didn't care about my health anymore. I was like, I don't give a shit. I don't care. I've been healthy or trying to be healthy long enough. I'm sick of it. You know when you just go, just went head first, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not trying to say that cheeseburgers don't make you fat if you overeat them too. I'm saying a lot of it started when I was still living here, which I only moved out of there last year. So that's literally what, 400 videos of this type of stuff. Not healthy at all. Still not healthy and don't care. Okay, Orlin kind of is now incorporating it by cooking it, and he also added some shredded beets. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so hot. Oh my God, what am I getting myself into? This looks really dangerous, Mr. Noodle. I am so afraid. Oh my God, you guys. So Orlin, like you saw in the little clip, I was like, okay, so just breathing this, I can feel the spice, like, you know, in the vapor. You know this is hot. Noodle, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous for this. Okay, so yeah, this with the red sauce, and then we mixed it around as you saw, and it was like, okay. Oh, the spice, wow. He cooked it a little bit. He's like, it needs a bigger red pigment. So he shredded just a little beet in there to make it a nice, now obviously that's not gonna make it sweet or anything. Beets aren't sweet unless you add sugar. He just did it for the color. This looks crazy. That's one of my secret things to make. I didn't have enough beets. This is why mine's not as red as the original back in the day. I only had 1 beet. You need like a bunch of beets. I said shredded beets, but I'm sure it was a lot of shredded beets, you know? That's why I didn't show that process. And to make this even hotter, I'm gonna take my sriracha and open it correctly, you know, and just pour it on top. Oh! Or have it come flying out. That might be too much sriracha. Oh my gosh, let me show you. This is what it did on the bottom of the thing. So I'm just gonna mix this all around. Nice and hot. Nice and hot. And I'm gonna have my first bite of this. Oh, it's raining. That's actually really oh, whoa. It's not that bad. I mean, it's spicy, but it's not that bad. So maybe this isn't, yeah. Someone who's not used to eating spicy food, you always say that. The first couple bites, I still to this day say, mmm. And then take the next bite and the next bite, and it gets hotter and hotter. The first, even everyone I've collabed with when we've done a spicy noodle challenge, it tricks you, you guys. People think, oh, it's easy. They'd have a bite. Oh, it's not that bad. The first bite's the best because there's the least amount of spice flying around your mouth. Chili flakes and stuff. Yeah, this doesn't have that much, by the way. And also my spice tolerance has gone up. I can't even talk right now. My spice tolerance has gone up. Now that I'm watching this, I'm actually not acting too weird. And now that I think about it too, this wasn't one of my first videos. This was like a couple months into it. So I need to show you one of my first videos. Actually, let me know if you'll be interested in this. My first mukbang ever, I deleted. It was with Orlin. Carly Steele, that's how she found me, actually. My first mukbang ever. It got like 15,000 views, which it was up for like a good 5-6 months. Then I took it down because I revamped to stop being vegan. But yeah, and I took down all the vegan stuff. Other than when I like made the switch or was about to make the switch or something like that. So would you guys want to see that? Because it's been deleted. I mean, because this video has 3 million views. That's also why I'm reacting to it. I'm like, people know this. They want to hear what I think of it because they already saw it. But I think it'll be interesting. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that deleted video. I was with Orlin and he made me fried potatoes, fried pasta, fried falafel balls. I think there was a salad in there too. Definitely fried potatoes, something. It was a lot. Oh, fried vegetable, stir fry too. Noodles with like vegetables fried. I think I called it fried food with my boyfriend. Anyone remember that video? So maybe this isn't hot enough like it was in that Korean packet, you know? Maybe cooking the ooh, see, it's not hot at first, but the longer it sits in my mouth, now it's starting to feel really hot. Noodle, that is spicy. Like I was okay, I'm already sweating. Look at my face, it's starting to get shiny. I was expecting a lot worse. Ooh, oh, I got the little. So this is gonna get worse as it goes on, and I'm discovering, because again, I never done the fire noodle challenge before. Well, this is not even it, but back then, sriracha made me cry. And I'm starting to discover accumulation of spice and what that's like. So it's kind of boring right now, but let me go to like, I think I fart, which is kind of funny. Like it gets really, let's go to 1150. Hold it with her hand and go like this and show you hold it in for a minute and you think about what you said. Now that is very intense parenting, I know. How many of you got the hot sauce when you're younger? My face, oh my gosh. So this is making me think of it. It's just getting worse and worse. Ow! Ow, you know, I thought it would get easier. It's getting harder. Like I say, I think my body was like an initial shock, you know, when you like, to be honest, this is kind of boring. I thought I was gonna talk more about like my life or just, I don't know. Look at me at the end showing my sweat. Okay, so I really wanna, I have some homework to do because, you know, I never remember what I say because how many videos do I have? 1,000? I say what I say and I move on. So I don't remember like which video has what I said. So I don't remember what I said in this video. Neither would you if you had 1,000 videos and 4 channels. But I really want to go to some of my old videos and the ones that I privated and react to those. But this is just to test it because I know you guys, I don't know if people liked it. I think people complained it wasn't the real Fire Noodle Chaunch. Yeah, 7,000 dislikes. Well, 30,000 thumbs ups basically. Someone said, ooh, his face the second bite. Oh, 2019 anyone? Someone says, who's watching this in 2019? Who else thinks this is satisfying? Okay, no one, only me. This was my first video of him and now he looks so different. Yes, I do. Shout out to Sakuromnom. Not trying to be mean, but this isn't the challenge, bro. Yeah, I know. I was just trying to do it. I wanted to try it. I wanted to try everything. I didn't stop being vegan here yet though. It came later. But I really, let me know. You guys can go to my channel if you want. I have all of these old videos on my main channel. Don't get the sauce on there. Look at them. All these old, oops. All these old videos. Here are my first couple videos ever, right there. They're all still there. People think my first video is the thing. Say why I'm not a vegan YouTuber. And that was my first video. I had been a YouTuber, a vegan YouTuber, and that was when I quit vegan either. I was just done with all the cult-like mob behaviors that was common on YouTube, and I jumped off that ship. And so did 90% of all the others too. Eventually, whether it was a year later, 5 years later, most of them kind of said adios. There's still some left, but everyone has their time and their thing. But I really want to pick some of these out because I feel like I said some really weird stuff back then. And everyone, I don't know, there's such a weird human fascination with like weight gain. Like people like to see it, people like to see weight loss, people like transformations. Like people, I don't know. People are so, I don't say obsessed, but it's just one of those things that humans are obsessed about. We like to think about weight. We like to think about our weight obsessively. We like to act like we're concerned about others when we're just being critical, or we are concerned, but it's not going to come through to them because at the end of the day, no one's going to care what you say until they decide that I want to lose weight. You know what I mean? People ask me all the time, like, oh, Nick, so you've gained 100 pounds. Would you ever want to not gain 100 pounds? And I'm like, when I'm ready, I'll do a little weight loss transformation. But that doesn't mean I have to go from extreme to extreme like I did a lot in my past. I know what to do that works for me, and I don't feel like doing it right now, to be completely honest. I'm enjoying what I do. I love what I do. Actually, some of you guys might know. Well, anyone that watches this channel knows. I've been doing daily walks now. Those alone have made such a difference. And here's the remarkable thing too. Here's the remarkable thing. It took 3 years to gain 100 pounds, eating like it's my last day on earth for 3 years straight. And I've done pretty much 0 exercise. And I know, I see in the comments all the time, like, oh, he's not that big considering what he eats. He's not that big considering that he never works out. I never worked out, ever. Which is not good. That's pretty dangerous. I'm well aware of it. But, yeah. There's people that say, like, if I ate like you, I'd be 600 pounds in 2 months. You know what I mean? I mean, weight gain takes time, but it's very quick compared to weight loss. So, considering this is all I've gained in a matter of 3 years of doing nothing. No, it might have stopped. I ate really, really good off camera. Salmon has saved my life, and so has sardines. You guys know about the sardines. Those fatty fish, the omega-3s found in those fish, you're not gonna find anyone pretty much besides a vegan who has an ethical attachment. But there's people who don't have ethical, I mean, they have ethical attachments because they're vegan and they view them as equal to humans, but they'll still say, well, I'm not gonna dismiss the benefits that outweigh the cons of fish, especially some fish that don't have mercury. Well, what's the problem then? There's vegans that recognize that and even mention that. That literally has saved my life. That literally, what I'm trying to say is very few people are gonna say, oh, fish won't help because it's an animal product. That really has kept me feeling happy. It's really helped balance out all the omega-6s from fried food and noodles and pasta and grains and overeating pizza and all that junk. Like, that's really helped to balance it out for me. More than anything, it's very bright. When I used to live in Colombia, I did a lot. I ate an avocado every single day. I would have greens, low sugary fruits, so low glycemic index, things that have very little sugar to begin with, just to get some fiber, flavonoids, and just fresh vitamins too, to really counteract all the junk and the fried foods and everything else. So I wasn't eating, like, one of my stages where I used to eat like crap tons of fruit. It's really been like berries, avocados, seeds, but really the fish has made the biggest difference. Like, I could skip a day on avocados. Well, I'm not doing it now, so that's why I started walking again. I'm like, oh my god, I miss Colombia where I could buy a case of avocados for 50 cents. Not really, it's not that cheap, but it is very cheap compared to here. And the access to it too, the fresh greens, that's what was really cheap. In Colombia, they viewed greens as waste, and I could get like so many dark leafy greens that I would always steam. You guys know I don't believe in salads. It's not what you eat, it's what you absorb. If you're not absorbing your food, you're wasting your food. I have seen so much rapid aging in my vegan days where people eating such obscene amounts of fruits and vegetables, but wasting away like they're a drug addict. And again, I'm not trying to belittle their appearance or say like, ooh, let's make fun of them. But these are people who are claiming to have the best diet on earth, you know. Surely that would be reflective in your appearance. You know, what happened if you're losing your hair? It means something's gone wrong internally. So that's the thing too, like, yes, you're always gonna find people who eat junk or eat animal products, and they also get the same types of problems that vegans get down the road. You know what I mean? They have vitamins and supplements, not because the world, all these vegans need it, but it's because everyone needs them. But the difference is people eating different diets, or just regular standard diets that are full of junk, aren't claiming to have the most powerful, the best diet in the world. They aren't claiming to have a healthful diet. Like, they're just eating junk because they want to, you know? So that really opened my eyes too. Yeah, I don't know. The whole vegan things. But yeah, fish has been such, I mean, such an important thing with, you need to eat good fat to get rid of bad fat, literally. And I went through a phase where I thought fats were bad and had been kept at a minimum. And a lot of people did. My mom believed that too. And there was a whole phase back in the 70s where that was really, really big. Then they came out with all these dudes say, no, don't believe it. Oh, we'll see, medicine and opinions are always evolving. You know what I mean? Actually, I was just watching something about aspirin. They always thought, like, as a preventative thing, take an aspirin a day. And now, as of like a couple weeks ago, they're having even another study that came out from Harvard saying, well, the benefits don't outweigh the cons if you're a normal, healthy person. I mean, if you've had a heart attack or you have heart disease, yes, keep taking your aspirin, but they're saying the bleeding and the probability of cancer, look it up, kind of start outweighing the cons, which is you might not get a heart attack, but they saw there was no difference in that risk factor if you were living a healthy, full diet, which, you know, these doctors were saying Mediterranean diet. There's millions of diets on the planet, but we all know that fish is good for you. We all know that vegetables are good for you. That's pretty much like the equal line among everyone besides vegans. We can debate for days if grains are positive or negatives. We can debate for days if beans are good for you, legumes, or the anti-nutrients them outweigh the benefits. We can debate for days if, well, No one believes processed sugar is good for you, except for a few select individuals. We can debate for days about lots of different things. Soy, for example. And we always will. That's another reason why I just said F it. I'm just gonna eat what I want, because I have been trying to find something that is sustainable long term, that doesn't make me feel like crap, that doesn't make my blood work bad, that doesn't make me age or whatever. Trying to find that perfect thing or something that would work for me, and I just gave up and I said, F it, I'm gonna do what I want now. I don't care what happens to me. I don't care. I'm gonna eat everything. And I have. And no regrets whatsoever. I am so happy. Again, I thought I would react to this video because, again, I've seen those videos like Nikocado then and now, vegan versus now, and they get 1 million views. And I'm like, people love, they're obsessed about weight. They like appearance. They like to fixate on it. They like to assume that they know what you need to do because they saw an old video of you. You know, I saw an old photo of my, I want to call my mom out. I don't want to call my mom out right now. Okay, let's not, okay, shh, okay. Nick, edit that out. I was talking to a friend, and they were literally showing me old photos of her back like 20 years ago. I'm like, wow, you look so good. And she was like, Nick, I was a meth addict. I literally lived off Twinkies, and I drank all the time. And she looked beautiful. You know what I mean? Alcohol, meth, and Twinkies. So people don't know. People really don't know. And again, some people use the physical body as a indication for what's going on the inside. Some people say that's vain and just, who cares? I'm at a point where I don't care, but if we're gonna discuss something that's supposed to be better and superior than other ways of living, you best be sure that you're not losing your hair at the same rate as a meth addict, okay? Or whatever. You know, it's just about being mindful. This is good. This doesn't have as much spice, that's why I'm not freaking out. Oh. I really don't know what else to say. I really want to react to something juicy from like my past. I'm gonna have to go through those old videos. I just don't have time. I'm too busy eating. Before people say like, well, what do you do? What do you do all day? I eat. I eat a lot because I want to. Oh, but I am making healthful steps in my diet nowadays right now. Because you guys know I am running 3 channels, and people say, how do you do that? Well, first and foremost, my main channel I post on once a week, that's whatever. My second channel I post on once a week, that's whatever. I post here every day, but I have been posting every day for a long time. I just moved from channel to channel to do that on. But still, for someone that never really exercised, it adds up, doesn't it? Well, now I am back to, well, not back to walking, I never walked. I'm walking every single day. And low intensity is long lasting. They say slow and steady wins the race. And you don't have to even change your whole lifestyle around. Just by any diet will benefit from adding in walking. No matter what you're doing. I mean, there's probably no studies on mukbangers. I'm like one of 5, 10, 20, but you know what I mean? There's really nothing that would like say, oh, you're supposed to do this to counteract this, or they're just, if I would go to any like professional and be like, yeah, don't stuff yourself silly for, you know, every single day. But it's temporary. Everyone knows this is temporary. I just get more flack for it because I have gained weight visibly, and I was a rah-rah vegan back in the days, where someone like Stephanie Sue, no one gives her flack for her overeating consumptions and eating junk and unhealthy foods all the time because she's still thin. People are so obsessed with appearance. You know what I mean? Like, actually Carly told me that once. She was like, you know, well, Carly eats very healthy now, but she did tell me, like, you know, at a point in her life, she was not eating healthy at all. She was eating the same junk as her friend, well, one of her friends. And her one friend would, or just say someone online, actually someone online we are thinking of, you know, gained weight, eating the same thing Carly gains weight. Well, the person who gained the weight gets the attack, like, you're so lazy, you're blah, blah, blah. Carly gets, oh, you're so beautiful, you're gorgeous. And Carly's like, I eat the same thing as this person who just gained all this weight. People see the weight and that's all they think about. So I know I'm an easy target just for that alone, because I have gained weight, obviously, on camera. No one really else has. I'm not gonna say names, but I do know someone. And I'm not close with them. But I do know that they vomit up their food from these eating shows, and I've heard of another one who does it as well. I can't confirm that. I can confirm one of them. Again, just because you're skinny doesn't mean you're healthy. Let's just say, okay? Make that for the record known. Skinny doesn't mean healthy. All right? And being thick, I'm not claiming to be healthy, but I know some people who are active, eat well, don't drink, don't smoke, are more conscientious about what they do than the average Joe. And they're thick. So it's not always black and white. I'm getting full. Ooh. I'm getting full. I'm getting full. Now that I'm doing deep breaths. Doing deep breaths, it really helps me know when I'm full. Oh my gosh, you guys. I really honestly don't know what else to say, other than this was a fun video to make. I really miss my husband. You guys know we're not together right now. He's like a rock. He's like a supportive rock. I always have meltdowns when he's gone. I always like fly off my rocker. Literally, I'm not on a rocker right now. I'm well off my rocker. Maybe it's a bad idea to react to a video like this. Opens up a can of worms, but I don't care. People make videos about me, good. Talk about me, I don't care. You know, I just didn't know what to eat today. I'm like, let me watch one of my old videos. But yeah, oh, let me tell you what I'm doing to like help make sure, and people see it on my live streams a lot because I live stream often, but you know, not everyone's there. So what I personally like to do to really help with making sure I'm healthy despite eating unhealthily is by my exercise, which I'm now doing, the walking, is by blueberries. I can't get good avocados here, so that's off the list. But salmon and sardines. Today I had sardines. Ah, instant light bulb in my head. The omegas for my brain just feel so good. Like that pure DHA, you really feel. Like I don't feel that from eating walnuts. You know what I mean? Like it could be the protein too. It could be, the good cholesterol. Something is in there that makes my brain just go, yes. And actually the first thing people ask, what was your first meal when you stopped being vegan? It was sardines. Clearly, if I was trying to not care about my health initially, I would have ended veganism on some nasty ass sardines. I would have gone for a beautiful pizza or like some cheesy something. I went for some plain, it wasn't even in oil. I opted for the sardines in water. I didn't add salt. I didn't even eat them with crackers. It was just out of the can. Okay? Actions speak louder than words, and I have actions to back up. Because everyone knows how disgusting sardines are. Oh. And you know, the vegans, see, this is what I used to believe. Well, if it doesn't taste good, then it's naturally not for you. I'm like, excuse me, have you eaten raw kale? Do you say, when you eat raw kale? I don't think so. You have to put some dressing on it. You have to cook it and steam it. You have to do something. There's so many plant foods that are good for you that don't taste good on their own. I think dandelions are very nutritious for you. Why am I getting so bright? Oh, that's why I put this here. Oh! You think I know that by now, doing all these videos. I mean, I kind of knew that for the whole contrast thing, but still. Yeah. Yeah, that's something I used to believe too. Like, oh, if it's not good enough, you know, for your taste, why do we think it's good for you? You have to add seasoning. You don't like the flavor of this by itself. You have to add stuff to make it taste good. Yeah, the same can be said about half of the plant foods. If you really think about it, no one enjoys eating those by itself. Have you ever eaten a radish by itself? Like, it's okay, but it sure is not tasty if you cook it with something. Or onions, very, very good for you. Eating raw onions makes you, you're not supposed to eat big raw onions. It's a little snippet, you know. So, even like certain starches, especially like white rice, like there's no flavor at all, no nutrition at all. It's just empty calories. You add a lot of stuff to the rice and you make it taste good. Rice cakes, like I do all the time. Tteokbokki, Korean rice cakes with spice, with cheese, with ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. But yeah, that's something I believed. I would like to make a video like that. All the myths, well actually no, I really don't care as much anymore. But we're in this video, might as well talk about it. That's something I always believed. Like if it doesn't taste good naturally, you're not supposed to eat it. So all I ate was sugars, natural sugars, which, you know, I believe are very different than processed sugars. So when I tell you I gained all my weight eating sugar, I'm not talking about, you know, fruits. I'm talking about my fire noodle sauce that I just threw in here, my marinara sauce that I dip things into. This, let's read the ingredients. High fructose corn syrup is the first ingredient. It's marinara sauce, tomatoes. First ingredient, it's vegan. High fructose corn syrup, modified corn starch, soybean oil, phosphoric acid, Xanax gum, potassium sorbate, red dye 11, onion powder, garlic powder, crushed up tomatoes. Okay? Just be, you know, skinny doesn't always mean healthy. Vegan doesn't always mean healthy. Okay. That's why I've gotten so much more relaxed with my my beliefs in general. You can go back and forth till the cows come home, and we always have. If you think about it, it's not like this. The idea of not eating meat wasn't didn't just exist as of yesterday. People have been doing that or trying to do that forever. It's very hard, very, very hard. Actually, my producer for when I went on Tosh.0, he said he found me from my vegan journey and stuff. He's like, oh yeah, I relate to it because I was vegan for like 4 years back when I was your age, because at the time I was like 20, 21. And he was like, yeah, back when I was your age. I don't know how old the producer is, maybe 40s. Which means I was 25 years ago. He's like, yeah, I tried so hard, yeah. And then the lady who signed all the papers for, I was being pitched to Food Network to do my own cooking show. This was back like 2 years ago. Didn't ever get the show, but I don't care. Most people don't. That's how I feel better about it. Like, don't take it personal. These networks get pitched hundreds of people a season, or ideas. They pick one of them. They have one spot opening from 5 to 6 on Thursday nights. We have a show that can be available. And they're getting pitched this person, this idea, this show, this celebrity, this reality star, blah, blah, blah. And they have to pick one. So I didn't take it personal. It's very, like, hard. But yeah, the lady who did all my paperwork for that whole process, which I even told you guys about, I think, in one of my videos, she said that she was vegan 2-3 years, something like that. And she didn't go into detail, but she was just like, I tried so hard. 2 or 3 years though, so I mean, that's dedication. So anyways, I think there's, well, obviously, I was gonna say there's obviously more people who are vegan than not. It's like 1% versus 99.9%. But it's also, there's so many stories that aren't told from when you stop, because attached to it is such conflicting beliefs about life. You know what I mean? Like, life versus death. And it's something that is hard to just come to terms with in your heart, knowing that things have to die in order for other things to live. That life has to come from life, that fish eat fish and birds eat birds, and humans are omnivorous, and it's hard to, when you have belief, go against what's just self-evident in nature. Plants eat meat. My husband has carnivorous plants that literally thrive off dead bugs. You know what I mean? Like, the fruit trees that you fertilize with are nitrogen. Where do you get nitrogen from? It only comes from dead, dying things. The tastiest fruits I've ever had were in a graveyard, which is disgusting, but that's just the way it is. And it's something that I wish didn't have to be, you know. But we thrive eating both, as we always have. So I eat junk now, everyone. I eat disgusting, unhealthy foods. I am well aware of that. I do it because I have pleasure in doing it. I do it because I'm entertained by it. You're entertained by it. I do it because it's what I want to do. But I've never, and if I ever said a long time ago, well, it's very clear now. I don't think that this is good for me. And I'm not telling people to do this either. I'm just doing what I want to do. But to set the record straight, I did stop the whole vegan thing for health reasons, which is why I stopped it on fish and cried, because I felt bad for the fish and I felt bad for breaking something that was so near and dear to my heart that I wanted to be normal and easy and natural, but it's just wasn't for me. So anyways, I'm not done talking to you. Let me change the battery. I'll be right back. Oh, weight gain, such a funny thing. And it's also a matter of perspective. I get so many, hundreds of messages of people saying, you look so much more attractive now. You look so much better now. You look healthier, all this kind of stuff. And I get messages saying the opposite. You looked healthier when you were skinny. And it's really a matter of perspective. Also, is a matter of where you live on Earth, what your society's like, the culture, what's normalized for you. But something Orlin really pointed out to me is that, because he's from Colombia and they have the Amazonias, people in the Amazon are not vegan, and they live the most closest way. They live in the tropics, and they eat, there's lots and lots of, like thousands of protected tribes in Colombia. Half of Colombia is not. So if you ever look at the map of Colombia, northern Colombia has like the cities and everything. Southern Colombia is all the Amazons. There's not a single major development there. It's like protected. Half the country. Very little things go there besides the natives and the drug dealers, to like, because they're corrupt and they can do whatever they want. But he pointed out to me, like, none of them were vegan, or are vegan, ever were. And they live natural lives. They aren't influenced by Western culture. They don't wear normal clothing. They don't eat things that are imported from around the world. They live in season. They eat in season. And they survive in harmony with the forest. And these people are eating birds, fish, bugs, freshwater fish, a lot of. Berries, a little fruit, root vegetables, all this kind of stuff. They cook. Excuse me. And yeah, what you believe to be, oh, this is why I'm saying this. And if you look at the natives, they are not bone rail thin, where you can almost see their ribs, where their arms look like toothpicks. And they're eating a very healthy diet. And I'm not saying they're overweight. They don't look overweight at all. But they look probably as close to as we should be. And I get that's subjective, but they're eating really fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, animals, eggs, fish, and they eating what naturally would exist, you know. And they are not super like model, I'm starving thin, or like I have very little muscle mass left type of thin, or my body fat percentage is so low that I can't even give birth to a child if I want to type of thin. So that's the thing too. What you think looks good is too thin. You look better, thicker, blah, blah, depends on where you come from. And that's just a whole nother perspective. We're influenced a lot by celebrities who starve. People who exercise like crazy and say they're not. Oh, I'm just sitting around. I haven't exercised for 2 weeks. You know, but they're really truly exercising like crazy because they're obsessed with their appearance. I know so many people into sports like that. I actually have some good friends that exercise in a crazy amount. And again, and I'm not trying to say they shouldn't do this or they can't do this or whatever, because a lot of that's linked to passion, you know what I mean? Just like cooking and eating. This is my passion. I know it's not good for me, just like I don't think it's good to over-exercise, but I'm living my passion. They're living their passion. I'm not a chef, but there's lots of chefs that own bakery, and listen, they are plump. Some of these chefs eating, trying all their sweets and goodies, but they're happy and they're doing their passion. So that's also why people don't like to get involved too much about weight, appearance, what's healthy and not, because it's subjective and a lot of it's linked to passion. You know, if you think about it, we aren't like fish that can only go up and down. We're not like reptiles that only go a certain way. Like, we can move like this. We have so many ideas. And you're like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like, just being able to do this, whereas a lot of other animals can't, shows that we were designed by our creator to create and have passion. Play violin. This is a very unnatural position. Why else would I be doing that? I'm making music. Music enlightens our soul. It connects, it is the vehicle of which connects the physical and the divine. And that's how you weave it together through that music. It's weaving the physical and the divine together. You know, we were created to be different and be passionate and not just be going one way. Why am I saying this? Right, so people could bake cookies and be happy. So people could over-exercise and be happy. Overweight, underweight, who cares? You know, that's, again, I've had so much experience in with diets and lifestyles, and philosophy was my favorite course in college, that I've really come to terms of just do what you want to do. That's truly what I believe. So if you ask my opinion about my journey on the whole vegan thing, I'll tell you, it didn't work out in the end like I wanted it to. Trust me, I wanted it to. But it didn't work out. Doesn't mean I'm bad. Doesn't mean that, oh, I got 100 pounds because I added an animal products into my diet. Nope, I went headfirst into junk food because I wanted to. That's it. Stopped initially because I wasn't doing well at all, mentally. Physically. Oh my God, physically. Shoot, I used to have such bad chest pain from exercising when I was vegan. Very bad, like flutters, heart flutters. And I was always concerned about that. Always concerned about that. I used to have such little heart flutters, and I ignored them. I said, nope, I'm just detoxing out something. Like, such an ignorant thought. You're just detoxing. I totally ignored them. It's so ironic that I eat such an unhealthy diet now and I don't get heart flutters. But I felt such chest heavy, because I remember I started working out. I went to a vegan gym. I had a coach, I had a nutritionist. I did all these, it was like a total makeover after the whole, I used to do raw food. And so they went to the Campbell program. And they gave me meal plans, they gave me workout shakes, they gave me protein supplements, they made me eat more beans like every single day, all this kind of stuff. And I remember feeling like my heart was gonna break when I was doing stuff. I'm just remembering it, and it was so scary too. And then right before Tosh 2.0, you guys know I lost like 12, 15 pounds in a month before going on Tosh Point, or like 2 months. It was more like 2 months before going on Tosh 2.0. Some of it was water weight, it's just water weight, and then some of it was fat, obviously. And I did the paleo diet with a little more carbohydrate, just to give me a little more, I don't know, I just needed it. I couldn't fall asleep as good. You have to find what works for you balance-wise. But I would go to the gym, and I felt so strong in my heart. And I remember calling Orland, because he was in Colombia, I was in Florida. And I remember calling him and telling him, wow, am I still like paisley white? What is with this whole brightness situation? I remember, look at this. I remember calling him and being like, baby, remember I used to tell you about my heart feeling weird when I would like ride my bike or do weights and stuff? Remember I went to the gym? Be like, yeah, what about it? I said, okay, it's been like 3 weeks now doing paleo. And paleo basically means vegetables, a little fruit. Well, yeah, fruits. I used to eat avocado every day back then. But you base it around like quality proteins, eggs, fish, meat. And I lost 15 pounds. I felt good. My skin got really well, really good. Kind of like what the people in the Amazon, the tribes eat in the tropics. But anyways, And I felt so good. I remember telling him, minus the bugs, they eat bugs and birds. I didn't eat like little parrots and stuff. But I remember telling him, like, I feel so good. I feel like my heart's not gonna stop. And wow, I haven't thought about that for a long time. Yeah, that was scary. I ignored it. I ignored it, you guys. Because that's how committed I was. I ignored so many signs until finally I said, F it. I got blood work done, got a tooth yanked out. I was like, enough is enough. I put my white flag up, surrender. I have tried longer than most people on this earth to make it work. And it just didn't work for me. And truly, 99.9999999% of people cannot say they were vegan for 5 years. They cannot. They can't. Well, you're gonna name me 5 other people? Okay, great. They're part of that 0.111110001%. Okay. Like, I was so committed, and I just wanted to, and it made me devastated when I stopped. But I look back in hindsight, and I'm like, something major could have happened. And that's when I changed my belief, where I said, I almost appreciate animals more for the sustenance they provide me. Having gone through that journey, being vegan, stop being vegan, it almost made me appreciate them more because I really understood the value they provided our organism when we consumed them. And I never thought of it like that way until I went through that journey. I almost, I don't want to say cared for, but appreciated them a lot more. Knowing what they do for me. Again, and that's just like most vegans who are really concerned about health. They stop being vegan, like most vegans, ex-vegans. They add in some eggs and fish and whatever, and they don't gain 100 pounds like me, you know, and they actually improve a lot of the ailments that they had, a lot of problems that they once had. And I've heard that before. I watched an interview from a lady who was vegan for 15 years. It's on YouTube, you can Google it. YouTube, it's ex-vegan 15 years. What was that else called? She has black hair. She's very well spoken, very intellectual. I think she was a teacher. And she said the exact same thing too. Like, she really didn't, it was like almost a different sense of love, knowing what they have to offer, you know, rather than just saying life versus death and black and white, life and death. As long as it's living, we're all happy. Are we though? You know, everything has to die. And we are the dominant creatures on this earth. So anyways, I really don't know what else to say. I know a million vegans are gonna watch this probably. Listen, if you're watching this and you're vegan, I do not hate you. I guess I also complain. I complain about some things because it comes from a place of concern and having been there myself. And I also understand there's people who go vegan for 2 months and they get really excited, like I did. And they just can't fathom someone quitting like I once thought. You know, it's normal. It's like an indoctrination. They're indoctrinated into this philosophy. And it's hard to look outside of that bubble. It's very hard. Yeah, it's a lot easier to, you know, no, it's hard to look outside. It really is. But if you're watching this and you're vegan, the reason I bring this up is because I point things out like that, right? And that's gonna hurt you, or you might hate me or get mad at me or think I'm a terrible person because I said something like that that goes against your belief. I want you to know that I am sorry that I let you down and I left the group. I know there's such few vegans on this earth, and so few of them left from, I mean, it's like a merry-go-round. People come and go. It's like a revolving door. People get excited, they try it. Like my producer, like my manager. Like, I can name 5 people right now on YouTube that all eventually stop too for their own different reasons. Doing all different types of diets too. Some ate vegan junk, some ate whole foods. You know, like some were athletic, some were couch potatoes, like just everything in between. And I understand the excitement, and that's why I bring it up sometimes in my videos. I understand that excitement, and that was once me. But I don't dislike anyone that's vegan. I do not say, oh, they're terrible. I say, I know what they're going through, and it's also a two-way street too. Ever since I stopped being vegan, we're talking about the internet vegans, okay? Which half of them you don't even know if they're vegan. It's just like a mom mentality. You don't even know. In real life, I've never ever had someone approach me in real life who's vegan that got upset with me. I've had vegans hug me in real life at meet and greets, say, I still love you, oh, your personality, or oh, you have a good heart, or oh, blah, blah. I don't even know. They say all these different things. Actually, I just collabed with one of them, Jessie Smiles. She's vegan. And she watches literally every one of my videos. And I'm talking about the internet vegans who are so upset that I stopped being vegan. I guess all I have to say is that I'm sorry, and it goes two ways. If you want to be respected, you have to respect people who are different from you, and I got attacked. I'm not naming people out specifically, but I did have, it's so funny. I can think of 3 people right now who made videos about me when I stopped being vegan back in like 2016. 15, 16. I stopped being vegan in 2016, and there's these people who made videos coming after me. He didn't do the right version. He wasn't vegan enough. Oh, he was never vegan then. It was all a phase. And I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just that typical rhetoric. It's their only response. And these 3 people, I'm not going to call them out by name, but they have YouTube channels. All 3 of them stopped being vegan down the road as well. All 3 of them. 2 of them have since emailed me and apologized. One of them mentioned me on their live stream, saying, man, I really came for this Nikocado guy, and I thought he just didn't do it the right way, or he was trying to do it for attention. And then I started crumbling in my health, and then my mental health got bad, or my physical health got bad, or whatever. They all have their different things. And I was like, wow, I really look like a crazy person. Gotten so mad at this person for who they are, because they want to change what they eat, or how they view the world. You know what I mean? It's like a Republican viewing that we shouldn't have socialist ideas, and we have a Democrat viewing that democratic socialist ideas could be good for our country. These are 2 different ideas. Are these people good and bad? Can you not respect or appreciate or be friends with the opposite because they view something so entirely different? It is possible. And you have to do it, because it's never ever going to be a one world diet, one world philosophy, one world behavior, one world language, one world view. It will always be different. So to some vegans who think I put them down, I did a collab with Trisha Paytas, and under that video there's a lot of comments like, ooh, look at him talking about veganism, meanwhile he eats like a pig. I guess that looks really ironic, I know, doesn't it? I know. But I still have my journey. That doesn't take away my story. That doesn't take away my personal knowledge that I've gained over the years of doing various types of vegan diets, living that lifestyle. It doesn't take that away. It's ironic that I went headfirst into junk. Some would say, can't blame him. Can't blame him. If I went vegan for that long, shoot, I'd be headfirst in junk too. I've heard as well. And it's not that I don't appreciate vegans in terms of who they are as people. That's not that I don't respect them. It's that the internet ones that I refer to came from me because I switched. So it's black and white. You're only okay in my book if you're vegan. The moment you're not vegan, I'm gonna write you off as, you know, a greedy person, an unethical person, and you have no compassion, or oh, you're just disgusting, or it's black and white because of what I eat. And so if it's ever come across that I don't respect vegans, I am sorry. It's more so trying to coexist with people who feel differently and leaving a group that had very cult-like behaviors. And there's many vegans that even know this. A lady called Swayze here on YouTube, she has videos where she literally knows, she's in the bubble, and she even knows what the bubble's like. That the bubble is not a normal bubble where it's like if you stop, all of a sudden it's black and white, You did it wrong. We don't like you. We're coming for you. You aren't good enough. Oh, you were never vegan. Oh, it was a phase. So if you're vegan 20 years and you decide to stop because you want to stop or you need to stop, well, they were never vegan those 20 years. It's the only people on earth who have that type of mentality are cults. The only people who have that type of logic are cults. And I'm not joking when I said I feel like I came from one. When I said that before with a video with my husband, we both met inside of that type of behavior. You know, you eat something that once died, you're a terrible person. You're eating something that once had eyes like you, well, you're a bad person. You're not good enough. You're not actually healthy. Oh, it's a whole conspiracy. The government wants you to be unhealthy. It snowballs into all of these things. And it's so hard to even like sit down and go into them in a very organized way, because it's just so much that I've been through and that I've seen. So, you know what I mean? And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Shoot, I could talk about so many contradictions and hypocritical things that I've seen and I've done myself. But I really just decided to just let it go head first into the junk food because I wanted to, and it felt good, and I enjoy what I do. I love what I do. And just by adding in these little things like more seafood, more fish, I've been doing a lot more seafood videos if you haven't noticed. Making sure I get my daily salmon or sardines, my daily greens or berries, and going for walks every day. Slow intensity, slow and steady. Low intensity burns more store fat than high intensity. It's proven. Regardless of diet, you will lower your chances of heart disease eating a Twinkie diet if you're exercising slowly. Low intensity. I keep mixing up slow and low. Not enough omegas in this food. You know what I mean? It's been proven or suggested. Really, nothing's proven. Everything's a hypothesis until something else disproves it. And that's the thing about health too. We're still learning so much. You know, like the vitamin B12. We didn't even know that existed 30 years ago. We didn't even know what B12 was. Like, we're constantly learning about new things, new elements, new minerals. We didn't even know B12, well, vitamin, excuse me. We didn't even know what that was. We didn't even know that California was on the San Andreas and the Caldaldra. What is it called? What's the one in Washington? Cascadia. Yeah. We didn't even know that was a hot zone for tectonic seismic activity until after we built the cities. We didn't even know that Yellowstone was a super volcano until the last decade. And we've been alive for how, I mean, our species, we discovered America, what, 275 years ago? 250 years ago, and we didn't even know? We're still learning things all the time and evolving our views and opinions. So, and when I was vegan, I wouldn't accept that. Like, I would listen to science only if it was on my side. You know what I mean? I would listen to the new hypotheses that became scientific facts, which can be disproven later, only if they were cherry-picked in a way that I agreed with. It doesn't matter if you can say, Nick, in a clinical study, 5,000 people who ate fish, in addition to their bad diets, 80% of them, you know, prevent heart attacks and lower their cholesterol by eating fish. If you told that to me as a vegan, I would say, oh, it's flawed. Oh, well, that's just luck. Or, oh, no, all animal products are bad, all bad. You have to be vegan to be healthy. I just wouldn't accept science that wasn't twisted or done or picked in a way that I agreed with. That's how I was. And that's why I get a little upset when I see vegans or just people, random comments in my YouTube videos. You need to go vegan. You were skinny. You're fat now. Go vegan. I'm like, you have no idea what that even means. You're probably not even vegan yourself. Please know that the odds are against you about staying vegan for life. So what's the point of being so militant, you know? What's the point of that? It's just funny. I've said so many different things and ideas in this video about physical appearance and how that doesn't always reflect what's going on the inside. How what's healthy to you is not healthy to someone else. What works for you doesn't work for someone else. My views on long-term veganism are not understood by most because 99.99% of the world haven't been vegan. And the people who are vegan can't fathom ever stopping. So I've always been misunderstood. Which is ironic, again, the people who made videos about me in the past, Nick's not vegan, niggas, all stopped as well. And that's when they realized, oh wow, he had his reasons. You know what I mean? I've always been misunderstood with the whole vegan thing. And it's very easy to see a skinny version of myself from a teenager to a fat version of myself as an adult, as a mukbanger, and say, huh, vegan means skinny. Skinny means healthy. Nick should be vegan if he wants to improve his health. That is something that I do not stand by. And health is a personal choice. My poor mom, I don't even mention her again. Let me edit that out. My friend, let's just say, my friend smoked cigarettes every day for 20 years. And this friend was in the medical industry. He was a doctor. This friend later learned that smoking cigarettes increased your risk of dying faster from lung cancer. The friend knew it and still chose to smoke the cigarettes. It's a personal thing. You can't make people be healthy or healthier or your way of being healthy. You know, there are people who reverse chronic illness on ketogenic diets. Chronic illness. Chronic illness. So much information. Clinical trials. Clinical and critical. Very critical. To support that. But if you say that to a vegan, well, not all vegans. Some of them, they'll dismiss it. Well, it's flawed. Well, it's the meat industry paid for it. You know, they'll say anything. But there's many different ways. Health is a personal choice, a personal way to do it. That's why I personally don't appreciate all the comments, Nick needs to be vegan, when 99% of people aren't. So why do I have to do something because you say so? Because I was skinny in the old videos. You have no idea what I went through. You have no idea. It was... I could make a movie about it. But it'd be a waste of time because everyone starts somewhere and everyone is on their own path in life. Some people live till they're 90 years old and they don't even think about health. What's healthy? My Orland's great grandmother on his father's side, I was gonna say in-law, but it's his other grandma. Well, his father had two different grandmas because there's affairs and stuff. But anyways, his great grandmother basically is older than her doctor. Okay, she lives in Colombia. She's in her 90s. She eats chicharrón, which is bacon belly, pork, like pig fried bellies. And what else does she eat? Like really just like things that you would say is unhealthy and stuff. And the doctor was like, you need to stop eating so much pork. You need to eat more of like lean chicken, blah, blah. And she would say, how old are you? And he would say his number and she'd go, okay, and how old am I? And he would tell her number and she says, and so why are you telling me what to do when I'm older than you? Like, and she has no illness. She's not like crippled. She walks. She doesn't have cardiovascular problems. And you might say, well, that's just a rare case. Actually, it's not. Because if you Google the oldest living people on Earth, 30% of them drink whiskey, smoke cigarettes, love alcohol, eat eggs every single day. Tell that to a vegan, they wouldn't believe it. actually, if you look at the world's top 20 oldest people, I watched a whole documentary about it on BBC. 0 of them are vegan. There's not just one way to be. I truly believe that. Anyways, I gotta get going. It's now 8. I have to post this at 10:30. I have to really quickly edit this, but thank you for your time. I'm sorry if my brain's very scattered. This is such a big topic. Veganism and diet, veganism and philosophy, veganism and world, we didn't even talk about environmental reasons and the soy industry, you know, like there's, I could go on and on and on. It's such a big topic, and it was such a big part of my life forever. And I don't like talking about it because it's like religion. I can say whatever I say. People will have their beliefs. If they believe, I'm talking about the vegans on YouTube, if they believe that my life is equal to a bug's life, or a fish's life, or a pig's life, there's no room for debate. There's none, because that's what it's going to come back to. There's really, it's like abortion. There are people who will vote only for abortion. And I'm not, again, saying it's good or bad if you believe that. Again, that's the same type of, you will never win an argument when it comes to things that strongly about life and death. Is life equal? Whatever. Who gets to decide whose life matters? You won't win an argument if you feel that abortions shouldn't be illegal. No one will ever convince you that they're not. I mean, that they shouldn't be, or that they should be. Same thing with it's like religion. If I don't believe that my creator came from the Christian Bible, I believe that my creator is many creators that have many different gods. There's nothing that I can say that will change or challenge someone's belief. I don't care if I put down a piece of paper that says science suggests this otherwise. There's no room for debate, because a belief is a belief. And that's why I believe that veganism is a belief, because it's rooted in such things that are not, it's not a moral standard. It's not a standard anywhere on earth. And even religions are more of standards than veganism, and it's still not even a moral standard. There's no moral standing, and there's no standard, and it's a belief. It's truly a belief. Veganism is natural. You're supposed to be vegan. That's your belief. Jesus wasn't vegan. Allah wasn't vegan. The people in the Amazons living naturally in the tropics aren't vegan. You know, like, that's your belief. Oh, well, they just didn't do it right. This is the new way to live. Well, that's your belief. You know, it all comes down to a belief. And I never really talk about on my YouTube channels politics. I never talk about religion. And I don't like to talk about diet. Because it's going to be a never-ending revolving door, people coming and going, people doing their own thing at their own terms, and at the end of the day, most people are not going to change because you say something, you know what I mean? Like, a belief is a belief. And I'm never going to win. If I had to convince my old self, if I had a conversation with the old Nikocado Avocado back when he was a vegan, and tried to convince Nikocado Avocado that you need animal products to be healthy, or that veganism isn't the answer for you, or it's unnatural to be vegan, if all these different types of things, if I had to convince my old self, let's not even talk about others, let's talk about me, so no one gets offended. If I had to convince my old self watching these videos that veganism wasn't for me, or that it wasn't as superior as I thought it was, I wouldn't believe it. I would find any excuse and to write it off as baloney. Some of them, I believed at the time, were good justifications. I think I went really deep into discussion and really analyzing different things about life and whatever. I really think I had some good comebacks, as I said. Like, if it's not good enough for your eyes, why is it good enough for your stomach? These types of things that get people and make them pause and say, well, now I can talk about that and say, well, actually, no, here's why. I had all these good comebacks. I would have never convinced myself. There would have been no room for debate. There would have been no changing me. There really would have been none of that. It wasn't until I had all these things not adding up. It wasn't until I got my teeth pulled out because they were rotting from the root. It wasn't until that I was getting B12 injections into my butt and having B12 issues despite that. It wasn't until my sex drive was so poor. It wasn't until my mood, I got depressed. And I couldn't figure out, it wasn't until all these things happened to me that I made the decision to investigate and question a little bit more of what I was doing and what I was eating and whether it was good for me long term or not. But until someone reaches that point, if they ever do, I'm not saying everyone will, good luck trying to have a conversation about that, because it's such, that belief is rooted so deeply in something so not up for discussion. Do I think black people are inferior to white people? There's people who believe that. You are not going to convince them of the other way around. If I believe that God, my world was made by Allah, you're not going to convince me that it wasn't. If I believe that all life, from the bug to the fish to the land animal, the farm animal, is equal to mine, no one's going to change that belief. If I believe that an abortion is bad, and you believe that abortion is your choice because the baby's not born yet, the life that's here first matters, nothing's ever going to change. Nothing is ever going to change. These are beliefs that are rooted so deeply into things, and the only way they will change or go from one side to the other is on your terms, when you're ready, if you do it. That's all. So I would have never convinced my old self to stop being vegan. I would have never done it. And that's why everyone laughs at me. That's why all the vegans were like, ooh, well, he just didn't do it right. Because they can't even fathom, they can't even wrap their heads around that being in the realm of possibilities. So it's a very complicated discussion. I was just gonna react to myself eating and look at this. It's like philosophy, and it really is. And that's why it's not black and white, and I really am just talking in circles now. I'm probably not even making sense. I actually feel like I haven't been very focused in this video because I have all of these thoughts and all of these memories and I have all these experiences, and I'm trying to think of what happened first, and it was just, we're talking a long period of my life, something I was so passionate about. It's not an easy answer. Nick, why don't you like cottage cheese? Oh, I don't like cottage cheese because I don't like the flavor of that. I don't like the texture, and I don't like the lack of flavor. Done. Nick, why don't you like brownies? I don't really like eating sweets. I'd rather eat natural sweets. I've never really been into sugary stuff. Done. Those are very easy answers. Nick, why don't you go vegan again? You were so skinny, you looked so healthy, now you're fat and really unhealthy. What? Clearly it's because you're not vegan. That is a very hard thing to get into with so many different variables that it's just like, say what you want, make the videos about me, spread my name, I don't care. Make people curious about who I am. Go ahead, promote me, that is wonderful. All these people, Nikocado, then and now. Nikocado, is he the same? Did he change? Getting, 2 million views. And I'm not upset by it. Literally, it sent me so many subscribers. Thanks. But I've never really made a video saying, like, I went through a lot of stuff. I have a lot of thought about it. I have a lot of opinion. I have a lot of change that I can't just sum up in a tweet for you. And I haven't really bothered because I know most people are not vegan anyway, and most people just jump on the wagon like, yeah, let's find out he should, and most of the people commenting aren't even vegan. Like, it's such a rare thing. So that's why I'm like, oh, whatever. But I figured it would be interesting today, nonetheless, to react to one of my old videos, which I did. It wasn't very good. I'm gonna find another one. I think I'm definitely gonna react to my first mukbang at least. I don't care what's in there. I actually have to watch it, see who I talked about. If I talked about any... I had, this one friend that lived in Colombia with me and that I'm no longer friends with, and I want to have her in there. But other than that, I'll probably just react to the whole thing, and I think that'll be really funny. But I am done. The food was good. The tea was hot. And I am glowing like a ghost. I'm telling you, it's the lighting. The black, it creates such a contrast that the camera doesn't know what to do. See, just by putting my hands forward, look at that. It changes everything. Life is about perspective. It's on level 2, no, -1. But all I have to do is make one change, and -1 looks very different from you, doesn't it? -1 here looks very different from -1 here. It's the same level, but it's all about perspective. Have a great day. Bye.